Brian. So you've been working cutting up
Yeah.
little pieces there.
At the table saw.
Okay, so that can be a little bit dangerous, and so you need a safe way to do it. So we're taking a look inside our Guild edition of Woodsmith Magazine. This is number 218, and when you're cutting little small parts like that, we decided to come up with a small parts cutting sled so it makes it easier, more accurate, and critical safer. So we've got this sled that we built for the shop, for the table saw.
Right. And there's a nice thing about it, there's some attachments to deal with the wide variety of small parts that you might run across.
Right.
But really get a feel for it, it's best to see it in action. So I'm going to head over to the table saw, and Phil and I are going to kind of show things, how things work. Hey Phil, I see you're making good use of the small parts sled that showed up in issue 218 of Woodsmith, our latest Guild edition.
Well, a crosscut sled is an ideal accessory for any table saw to make accurate cuts in a wide variety of pieces.
You know, and that's really true when the parts get small. You want to do that safely and accurately.
So this sled is actually a scaled down version of a crosscut sled. And like any crosscut sled, it has a stable base to carry the workpiece through the blade. And there's also a front fence and a back fence that hold everything together.
Now, of course, you want to guide it accurately. So on the bottom of the sled, we've got a pair of metal runners that actually fit the miter slots in your saw. Now, you want a smooth sliding fit. So on the top, we drilled a pair of holes that allow us to fine-tune the fit so everything slides nice and smooth.
But what sets this crosscut sled apart from other ones is this T-track that's set in near the back fence. And with it, I can attach a stop block for making accurate crosscuts in a lot of pieces so they're all the same length. But there's more to it than that. It's actually the heart of a modular system so that you can make a wide variety of cuts. For example, I can attach these miter fences in place. Now everything gets attached with a flange bolt, a washer, and a knob so it's nice and secure. Now with these miter fences attached, I can cut accurate miters on the end of this molding piece. It's just a matter of holding it in place against the fence and moving it through the blade to make an accurate cut.
Well, those miter fences are a great addition for cutting small pieces of molding accurately, but there's some even smaller parts that I cut a lot in my shop, and that's small plugs to cover up screw holes when I've assembled a project.
Yeah, for when you're cutting small dowels like that, we have this auxiliary raised table with a fence on the back, and that creates a cradle for those really small pieces.
Of course, when you start cutting small pieces, they drop to the tabletop, and like dowels, they're going to roll around and sometimes get lost.
Right. The solution for that is this recessed tray so that once the piece is cut free, it just falls safely into the tray where it's collected. On the fence, there's also an adjustable stop so that you can cut the pieces to a consistent length. Using it is just a matter of butting the workpiece against the stop, moving it across the blade where the workpiece falls right into the tray.
Well, that's a pretty cool solution for dealing with really small parts, but there's one other challenging small part to cut, and that's ripping small parts to width.
So our final accessory for the sled is a rip fence that we made. And what's nice about it is, like before, they all attach with a bolt, washer, and a knob. So that holds it in place, but it allows you to adjust it to get the width that you're looking for. What sets this one apart is that there's a hardboard fence or hold down on it. So you can loosen it up, slide your workpiece in place, and lower the hold down over the top. Now, when you make the cut, the workpiece is held secure and it isn't going to shift.
Well, I can see a lot of uses for this rip fence addition to the sled, as well as the small parts table and tray, and even the miter fences. But even if you just build the basic sled, it's a great addition to any shop.
You're going to find all the detailed plans and the tips and tricks you're going to need to build this sled in the latest Woodsmith Guild edition, number 218. I really like that this system just goes together so
And everything
easy.
comes off.